It has been a while since I've talked about the Mets, but what a game to come back and start talking about them again. So here we go. Mets win, baby, 4-3 over the Texas Rangers here in the first game of July. So after a little bit of a slump to end June with the 3-game losing streak, the first 3-game losing streak the Mets had of the season, the Mets bounced back and they absolutely, I don't want to say absolutely dominated, but the way David Peterson was pitching today, absolutely disgusting. Just unfortunate that he did end up laying up a couple runs here and there, but at the end of the day, he still had one of the better pitching performances that we've seen from Peterson, and that's something that was nice to see. How about the bats actually coming through? Some nice plate discipline for once, getting some clutch hits. It was nice to see the Mets actually get the bats going a bit today. But before we dive further into the action, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. We're going to start covering the Mets more here as I want to get back into things again. Like I've been mentioning in my videos, I just want to keep mentioning it because I'm going to keep messing up in the videos. I have my wisdom teeth removed, so that is why I probably sound a bit off right now and why I might stumble with my words a bit. Still recovering there a bit, but what a game. What a game. David Peterson. Let's just read the stat line to start this one off. 6 innings pitch, 5 hits. Probably doesn't sound as good, but still, only 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, allowing 2 long balls. And on 2 of them, or on 1 of them really, is what I really, from what I can remember with the Marcus Semien home run, he left the slider pretty low in the zone. It's not like he hung it right down the dick of the plate. And Semien still just absolutely smacked that ball. There's a reason that the Texas Rangers paid him that contract. That he's one of the best hitters in baseball. Got off to a slow start, but he's been finding his way lately. And you're starting to see him come alive as he got 2 hits on the night. One of them, yeah, was a little bit of a weaker hit. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain with Peterson letting up those home runs. And then, of course, the other home run that he let up was the one to Nate Lowe or Nate Lau. I don't know if it's Lowe or Lau. I confuse him with, I know there's a Lowe or Lau in the league. I confuse him, but Nate, I'm guessing it's Lau, but Nate Lau, he ends up smacking just, this home run was a freaking moonshot. Let's see if we can find the exit velocity on that ball because that thing was killed. 111 miles per hour off the bat. So yeah, that tells you all you need to know. That thing went 435 feet in a matter of seconds. Just an absolute moonshot there. And yeah, that was one of the harder hit balls in the game, of course. And in terms of Peterson with his performance today, as I try to get it pulled up, he was really good with the slider. That slider was absolutely disgusting today. There were a couple times where he got beat with it, but most of the time it was weak contact. Regardless, he looked just really good. How about that with the slider? 7 whiffs on that slider. Just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And like I said, he was limiting the contact for the most part with that slider. It was actually one of his harder hit pitches, and that averaged at 82 exit velocity, 82 miles per hour, that is, of course. But his sinker got hit the least hard out of all of them, and his 4-seam was right in the middle there. But overall, still, he was not allowing a lot of hard contact today, which is something that you like to see from David Peterson. And you like to see him also giving some length here because this rotation, of course, Chris Bassett was supposed to be pitching today, but he ended up on the injured list. For what reason? I still don't know if we know. Let's see if I could quickly find that. But either way, what a way to fill in the shoes there for the aforementioned Chris Bassett, as going 6 innings, especially as you're expecting a kid today, which congratulations on the sex, David Peterson there. But let's quickly see if I could find out why Bassett went on the injured list here. I probably should have had that ready, and it doesn't look like we know still. But regardless, very happy with Peterson's performance. You couldn't have asked for a better outing. And then how about the bullpen coming in and shutting things down as well? Seth Lugo, he looked good, getting 2 strikeouts. He looked like vintage Seth Lugo. Didn't allow a hit, so that was something that we like to see, and he was looking dominant, so very pleased there. Adam Ottavino, he looked a bit shaky in this one, but overall, not going to complain because he didn't let up a run, but would have liked for him to not start with a bit of trouble there. But again, he got out of it, and he has looked good pretty much all year. And then Edwin Diaz, I mean, it is unreal how this guy's pitching. And when we thought that we were going to get that 2018 Edwin Diaz, we were waiting for him. We've been waiting for him. When is he going to come? Well, he's freaking here right now. I'm knocking on wood because I don't want to jinx anything, but holy freaking crap. His slider, when it's on, he is just so... he's unhittable. He is unhittable. And that is truly the difference in Edwin Diaz from this year and the previous years with the Mets. His slider is just completely unhittable. And he had 2 strikeouts on the night. And oh my God, that slider, just disgusting. Disgusting. 4 whiffs on it. Disgusting. He has looked so good this year, and I am very happy. And then, of course, I think he let up there's a ground out there. And in terms of the runs that the Rangers got, the 3rd run that they ended up getting, Peterson, you can't even really fault for. Well, I guess you could with his terrible throwing error. And then that ended up being where Garcia, he got a ground out, and that ended up bringing in Semien, who was able to advance there, a 3rd on the error beforehand. So overall, can't really be too mad there. And in terms of the bats, like I said, the bats actually came alive, which was nice to see. Brandon Nimmo, he struggled a bit today at the plate. He struck out once in 4 at-bats, didn't get a hit at all today. He struggled a bit. Marte, he looked pretty good. He's been looking a lot better. He is a lot more patient at the plate, too. I mean, like I said, that's pretty much all these hitters today. All of them were a lot more patient. Lindor was with a walk, and then you had Alonso, who had a walk, a big walk towards the end of this one. The Mets didn't end up capitalizing there in the 8th inning like I would have hoped for them to, but still did pretty solid. And then he had 2 hits. How about Pete Alonso just pulling it oppo? And that thing was absolutely killed for an opposite field hit. I think he hit that like 110 miles per hour or something. Yeah, just about 110 miles per hour there. That opposite field single. It's absolutely unreal. And Lindor, like I said, he looked great as well. McNeil, it was nice on the Apple broadcast hearing the F-bombs louder today, but he struck out twice, but he did end up walking. Mark Hanna doing Mark Hanna things, just absolutely being a pain in the ass at the plate for pitchers. How about him pulling the ball down the 3rd base line, just barely there? That drove in some runs. Mark Hanna getting it done. Freaking love this guy. And then Guillorme, he had a pretty decent day at the dish. I mean, he struck out. Well, I shouldn't say he had a decent day. He left 4 men on. So, not that great of a day, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about for a great day is Eduardo Escobar. Something that we've been waiting for him is some RBIs and hits with runners in scoring position. How about a 3-run nuke from him? 3-run nuke to the Coca-Cola corner there. That thing was killed as well, as that was the 4th hardest hit ball of the game at 106 miles per hour. Absolutely insane. And it's nice to see Escobar finally get something going here. And he got robbed of a walk also in the same at bat, which was nice. Okay, ump, you don't want to give me the walk? All right, well, I'll just take it to the upper deck. How about that? Unreal to see. Unreal. And then McCann, I mean, we got a rare James McCann walk, and that was pretty much the only bright spot. And all we could say about that is, yeah, the Mets need the Mets need any catcher that could just get me a catcher that could hit 200 at the very least. Give me a catcher that has an OPS of 600 even, and that's an upgrade. And then we're talking. James McCann now is hitting 174 on the year with a 499 OPS. That should tell you how that went. But hit 6 apiece for the teams. 1 error for the Mets, none for the Rangers. And like I said, the Mets win this one 4-3. Peterson with the win. Diaz with the save. Unbelievable. And then Lindor stealing some bases. Marte stealing a bag. Just nice to see the offense brewing a bit because we haven't seen it in a bit of time. But tomorrow, going to be interesting to see how the Mets line up pitching wise. I really don't know who they're going to go to. They called up. Who was it that they called up? Let's see. I forgot who. RJ Alvarez. Not really sure who that is, but maybe they give the start to Trevor Williams. Maybe they just do an opening or an opener. I don't know what they're going to do about the pitching tomorrow. I don't know if Carrasco is going to be good to go to push a day forward there. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Mets do pitching-wise tomorrow because, yeah, losing Bassett is a huge blow, but at least Max Scherzer is going to be coming back soon. I guess that's another thing we could talk about. Scherzer should be pitching Tuesday in Cincinnati. So finally some good news there with the rotation. Then DeGrom is going to start a rehab assignment soon, I believe. So we finally got some good news there. This would be nice if we could have all these pitchers healthy at the same time, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for today's game. I know I was a bit all over the place with this. Give me a bit of slack, bit of rust, as it's been a while since I've done this, but thank you guys so much for sticking through with me either way. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn notifications on. And I will see you in the next one. Let's go Mets, baby.